I didn't like the shadow, but
The lower shadows, yeah, it does look, but it
Yeah.
still looks okay. I quite like the wick, the
3 times.
wicks above. Yeah, really indecision candles here. You can see the market fighting this area on the dollar index, and then yesterday, a good selling pressure. So that looks correct to me. And what we have been looking at was this, maybe there's a flag happening. So we are in the bottom of the flag, and as well this support area here that we saw. So I think if the buyers really wants to change this market, it needs to happen somewhere here very soon, because if that doesn't hold and these things just crack lower, I think there's going to be next resistance. And then maybe if the market goes back up, you can sell there or sell more, and then target back to the lows here, which is the daily trend line, the triangle trend line there. So I think here's the last place for the buyers to really hold this market. So I think it's going to be a very interesting day to see what happens here, because if that cracks lower, then you expect the euro to really go up again. And everything we spoke yesterday about selling the euro close to that, 112 area and things like that will probably be canceled. Um, because then this thing is going to move all the way here. And then what I think is going to happen is that if that really happens, then the euro is going to go back here as well, close to the 1250. So that's my thinking behind it. So the dollar index, the plan for today is to see if this zone holds. This is support. So buying here makes more sense than selling right now, because if you buy here, you put your stop loss here and hold there. But at the same time, you have a candlestick confirmation on the daily. So I think now that the pressure is more to the downside now a little bit than the upside. But who knows? With the news, this thing can actually bounce and change the course and go probably up. So while we are above here, you need to be a little bit careful about selling. Below here, you need to be very careful being a buyer. So if that happens, this is my plan to for the next sessions. Okay, so keep that in mind on the dollar. Anything here you guys want to add?
No.
Not yet.
So yeah, so that's all. So let's go to the euro here. So the euro the same, pretty much the same, but um, um opposite, you know, um side. It does look like a rising wedge. So I think if the dollar really cracks lower below that support that we spoke about, I think this euro is gonna come here and again, and then it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens next. So keep in mind in the euro. So we can come to the 112 or just above the 112 today, or tomorrow on the euro. So not sure what to do. I'll be waiting, see what happens when we get to this purple line in the button at the top, and then if something appears, then I will probably try a short, because the risk reward here is much better to be a selling than I'll be long. So that's my thinking behind it. Let's look short term. So the shorter term, we are at the 50 fib right now, but 618 is just above. ATR today is at 1192. So that's why I think possibly we can come to this area here at least today. Okay, so 112, 1190. Those are the two levels I think it can be very, very possible today for the euro. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let's check here. Maybe this is a channel. Yeah, possible channel here as well. So something to keep in mind on the 4 hour. A channel which comes on the 618, pretty much there. So something to note. So I'll be waiting to see what comes there. Support today is going to be this 1140 area, and it's very easy to understand why. Very good reactions there. So that's my thinking on the euro here. Anything you guys want to add?
No.
Nope.
Okay, so cable. Very interesting one to keep in mind right now. Let me change this one and put this.
I was reading yesterday about because of all the banks were short. It's because they're not believing in the interest rate of the Bank of England.
They are not.
Believing in the interest rate right now, they want them to cut it.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's why they are short.
Yeah, and I think that will come very likely because every
Ooh, it's
central
at the
bank.
top of the trend line we draw yesterday.
Yes, exactly. So, at the top of the trend line, just fighting right now. But for some reason, the thing is, the dollar, like I said, you know, it's a support. If it cracks, then I think it's gonna push the pound above. So what I think is gonna happen is that it's very likely now that this can come out of the triangle, stop some people out, you know, and then do some. So what I'm thinking here is that, you know, if this can come to 132, I think it's gonna be in the dream move to me. 132. That I think that's gonna be the place I really want to see the cable at, because that I think that's where it's going to be an offer price for me to sell this. So if we look shorter term, you know, nothing really stopping this. You can also say that this can be, you know, a rising wedge. Can it be? Yeah, it can, but I wouldn't sell now. Would wait for this to really start breaking lower first, or I see anything else there which confirms. A very interesting chart to see today. If we can break the triangle today, or a big reaction, big rejection, this is the area for him to do. He just touched the TL now, so you can see it's backing away already. Yeah, what I want to see is this kind of thing here, this volume increase, but this was in the buying side. I want to see like a big red one coming out like that, shows, you know, something is changing. Just broke one of triangles now, the ascending triangle. So
5 minutes.
very interesting there. So that's the cable. So in the triangle here today, it's about where we close today, really. If we do close above the triangle, I think I will aim for 31.50, 31.50, 32 next. And I think that's all. If we have a big red selling here, then, you know, you can, you know, see where I will aim at. I think we should aim for here again. Okay, guys. But that's all. Anything you guys want to add here on the cable?
I have the same triangle as you, so.
Okay. So dollar Swiss. So this is the one we spoke about. Still very, very strong selling pressure going on. Nothing bullish here whatsoever, but very close to hit the 618.
That's what you were telling yesterday, right?
Yeah, I think that's the next level to watch. The daily ATR today is what, 96 area.
What is Guillermo's target at the 618?
Huh?
Guillermo's target at the 618?
What's your target, Guillermo?
Target is 1 second. Yes, 618. Yeah.
The 618. Okay, 90, 95.
9618.
95, 90.
No. 9618. Yeah.
With the buff.
9618.
11 pips.
Yep.
Okay. So the daily HR is at 9601, so that's a good area with the S2 and close to the fib 618. So I think this place here, that's I think where we will hit before we make a base, I think. That's what I feel is gonna happen. But still, while we remain below this high here, I think it's still very bearish. Very, very bearish for the dollar Swiss.
Yeah, because I have the FIB 272.
Oh, you had the fib extension here. Okay,
Yeah, I have the 272.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that. That's your target.
Yeah, that, yeah.
Good. Perfect. Dollar Canadian. So this one here is the one that I think we should aim at, because what I think is happening here and what we have is this kind of a range mode here in this market. So actually did it what we done before, because I think it's not going to happen anymore. So I think we are in a range here today. So if we do start breaking below here, this 30.29, 30.28, I think it's going to put more pressure to the downside. And then I think we should aim, around the 29.50 area. But this, because it's at the range bottom, it can easily pop to 30.80 again. So keep this in mind. But this range is very important. I will actually move my alert to here, because this is the new area of attention to keep an eye. So this is what I see on the dollar Canadian. Really, there's nothing really. It's not doing much. But one thing is interesting here, which looks like the dollar index, right? Is many indecision candles here. Not the best not the best ones, but you can see here this big red candle. So if today is another big red candle here, somewhere closing somewhere here, you can see, the change of dynamic. So that's what I see. And don't forget what we done on the weekly. Yeah, that's the most important thing here. Is this broken trend line. So
didn't do the retest yet.
Yeah, this chart
Where
here,
we
if
were
you look
aiming
only the
for.
4 hour on the daily, it's not the best. It's not great. But when I see the weekly, that's why I'm trading this. That's why I'm looking at this, because the weekly we done a really important breakout. So that's what I believe is gonna go lower. Another thing to note is that banks are getting heavily long Canadian. Okay, there you go. All right. So
Short USD can't.
no, they're getting long.
Oh, they're trying to buy it.
Yeah, they are buying Canadian, which means this should go lower. Okay.
Okay.
And I think that's all. So keep an eye on this range here today. I think that's going to be the key for today. On the dollar Canadian.
130.70.
Yeah, so it's 30.75, 30.80 actually. And then the bottom one, you can keep an eye on
29
yeah.
range.
Dollar yen. So this dollar yen here, let's revise what we done. So looks like a triangle on the weekly. We are pretty much there. You can see here we didn't touch by the pip. Came very close to daily here. A very big wick in this candle, red candle yesterday. That's alarming. It needs to push today, if not whatever. But I think, like I said last time, only a close below this orange line, which was resistance few times. That's only That's the only time I think it's going to change from being bullish to maybe range or bearish. So while we remain here, still quite okay, especially when you look at the 4-hour, for example. If we look at the 4-hour, for example, you can see that we made probably a triangle and this thing just broke. So, you know, it can easily start pushing up very quickly. So my plan today is to see what happens today, because if it starts to make a new high today, and keep in mind the daily ATR today is at 110.31, which is exactly the same level where the trend line on the weekly is. So keep that in mind. Yeah. The daily ATR is just above the high we made so far. So we're gonna make a new high, and my question is, what can happen in here? And that's going to be very interesting to see if this really plays out. And my plan is, whatever happens, let's say the thing go here, and then when he finally starts break this orange line, that's when I will start selling a lot of yen pairs. That's where I will go to my cross pairs, euro yen, pound yen, Aussie yen, whatever you think of. I'll be selling there as well. So that's my plan. So it's still patient mode, seeing what happens here.
Yeah. This one is really patient mode.
Yeah. Let's have a quick look, because some pairs are popping, like the Aussie. So the Aussie here for me is at a very interesting place right now. This is the same resistance we noted a few days ago. So we are in this zone. Let's see what happens here. It's already feeling some pressure. But here we are. So the daily ATR today is still a little bit higher, 69.38. But I'm not sure what to do here. So the only things to note is that we are at resistance, and here we are. But I'm not sure what to do here. Do you guys have any plans?
Yeah.
Still depends on the dollar index. Huh?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that's the.
So that's the Aussie. The Kiwi, same thing. I'm not sure what to do here. What I can actually do is, there we go. We are the 38. But keep in mind this candle of yesterday's, guys. Okay, it's a beautiful hammer. Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful hammer. Big green day. Still very early to tell, but green day. If we do close any above this high, you know, that's a hammer confirmation. So, and then we expect somewhere here at least on the dollar Kiwi. So keep in mind this hammer. We
hope
should
so.
confirm today. Yeah. And I think that's all, guys. So those are all the majors I think we covered. So let's have a quick look on the other pairs. So we are trading this. So we are in the short euro yen. We went short yesterday, pretty much at the highs here. And the reasons why we shorted there, it was that channel resistance, 786, and what else? And was the trend line here on the daily that we tested, which was the most important thing. So you can see here by the pip, we touch it and then straight away started to reverse. So a really nice trade we took yesterday on the Euro New Zealand. So the plan here is to see what happens here. It starts to get a little bit choppy. It's not going to surprise me. But if we start breaking this channel, that's where I think it's going to confirm that it's going to now really go down. Okay. So that's my thinking here. I'm looking for selling opportunities in this pair. Where's the 38.2 from this? So you can see the 38.2 is this kind of resistance here as well. Big area of resistance actually. So 68.25, I think that's the resistance today for this Euro New Zealand. But we can actually go to 68.50 as well next if that is
Dollar index going.
really. Oh, okay, yeah, it's cracking.
My alert was going off.
Yeah, euro. You can see the euro, the cable breaking the trend line. Dollar yen not doing nothing.
Doing nothing.
Canadian holding, but you can break at any time. What oil is doing? Because oil yesterday felt very badly. So today, yeah, it's red on the day. Yeah. But that's the thing, isn't it? Oil is dropping very nicely for the last few days, but dollar Canadian is
Not doing anything.
it's muted. So that's something to note. I think that's why I think the Canadian pairs are very interesting to watch.
If
But
oil starts jumping.
yeah, gold still okay there. Bitcoin stopped for now. Equities, let's see what equities are doing. Equities still at those highs. What a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
It's getting boring, that stuff.
Yeah, very nice. Euro New Zealand, Aussie New Zealand is another pair that really is trading. Nice selling there. Yeah, I think it's very interesting to see what the cable does. We just went above the trend line right now, actually.
It's trying to break out, but
what the fuck? Yeah, you can see it's very interesting. Did you see here? It served as support, the triangle. Yeah. So if this goes here and then breaks here, quack, that's what can happen. Yeah, you don't want to see this break if you are long cable. In my view, I'll keep an eye on this. And I think that's all, guys, for today. Anything else you guys want to have a quick look?
check it the Aussie yen.
Aussie yen. Let's have a quick look on the Aussie yen. Yeah, so Aussie yen
Still want to see
it. Very strong. Stand this channel. Not sure here. It's pretty much in the middle. It shows that it might go to 77.
I have an alert there.
Yeah, it's not gonna surprise me. Even if you do this, I think the fib extension is gonna be there as well. No, it's well above 77.30. Yeah, I think that's nothing really here. Still to do really. But the close here can be very interesting now. The close here can be very interesting because we have a doji, we have a red candle, we have this green candle here, but this can be a rejection. And imagine if we do close in reds, maybe a false breakout in hands. Yeah, but right now nothing really to do here. Yeah, nothing really to do here. Yeah. Anything else, guys?
No.
Nope.
All
I'm
right.
not watching anything. You're watching anything else?
No, everything I'm watching, I told you guys right now.
Look, the euro cable, euro pound.
Euro pound, no. But we are a resistance here, by the way. We are a resistance here, I believe. Actually, let me clear everything here. We are at resistance here, as you can see. So, but nothing. And this looks like a first breakout here, by the way. That looked like a false breakout. And maybe if I drop to 4 hour here and come here, there we go. Right? A beautiful trend line. Beautiful trend line. So if this breaks, maybe a huge move down, because don't forget, we have a first breakout here. Yeah, we have a first breakout here. So that will probably be the thing.
Be a possible trade.
Keep in mind this trend line. I will actually just add another on this line right now.
Yep. I'm writing it down.
There we go. If this breaks, I will
Break and trade to retest.
Yeah. But I really like to trade this, like sell as we break or as we close below, because we have first breakout in hand.
Because you have the push down.
We have the first breakout, so that will be something to watch. Yeah. And I think that's all, guys. Thanks so much. Let me stop the recording. Thank you.